Okay, welcome back to my series on owning Revolving Planeswalk. I got this deck for the white node. The reason I like Kaya Intangible Slayer for this node is because her ability, her second ability especially, gives you potentially lots of mana when you trigger it, as long as you have a bunch of creatures in your exile. So it's one way to get a lot of mana without having to rely on supports. So also Nixilis and Queza, if you remember my video specifically on this combo, is an Nixilis and Queza. If you remember my video on this combo, they can trigger each other to fill up my hand with, or fill up my spells with mana without relying on supports as well. So this is a good supportless combo. So that's what I like about it. And yeah, let's go ahead and show you how this deck goes. So after all this time, they still have not fixed the problem with this event's node. So at the end of each player's turn, white creatures without toxic gain toxic 1. When a player matches a support's gem, that player creates 2 Phyrexian Might tokens. So the problem with this node is that toxic tokens still trigger you as casting a support. And it should not be that way, but they will not fix it for whatever reason. So you have to rely on a lot of creature removal if you hope to get full points on this event. So that's what I've done. I've loaded up my deck with different types of removal spells. And so that's what we'll do here. Is just try and disable our opponent creatures while we set up for our combo. Queza, Pylon. Pylon is a good card in this deck because that Surveil 3 will really help you get new cards that you want into your hand next turn, especially once you get Ob down. Don't need that. Don't need those cards either. It's a good way to help filter through my deck. So even when there's no creature on the battlefield, I still get some utility out of this card. And it's really cheap once you start getting creatures on the board. So I'm a pretty big fan of Pylon. It's a pretty good card. Okay, so do that. And now that I'm at enough loyalty, we can use her abilities here. So we'll do that. I think that hits our creature token objective. Let's not use it yet. Oh well, whatever. How many toxic counters are we at now? Only 8. Don't need Sigarda's Imprisonment. Don't really need this Savior right now either. So what we'll do here, we'll surveil. So we'll get healer and Ob next turn. Infinite Obliteration is nice for when you're playing a slow game like this and working to set up your own strategies. Okay, let's get Ob on the board. Not having great matches here. That's the only problem with not having supports here to rely on for mana. It's not a way I usually like to play, but once we get Ob and Queza on the board, things get moving a lot better, but I knew that was going to happen. Oh well. Let's see. Decent amount. I don't remember what else I have in my hand, so yeah, I didn't want to replace Queza or Ob. Okay. Don't need any of those. We will pile on and surveil any non-spell cards. Oh shoot, I didn't get card draw there. That sucks. Didn't have enough blue gems on the board, maybe? Interesting. But yeah, this is what tends to happen once you get Queza and Ob on the board. You start to do a lot of life loss to your opponent, as well as getting lots of cards in your hand and filling them with mana. So, okay, there we go. White match. That wins the game. So, it's a bit of a slower battle. It's not my favorite of the nodes to play because of that stupid objective not working right. So you have to really play into keeping your opponent from casting or from creating toxic tokens on your side, because they're still counting as casting a support. So super annoying, but yeah, that's one way of going about it. You obviously don't need Kaya Intangible Slayer to do it. Daxos can run a similar deck. Dakon, of course, any white black walker, but I like her for her second ability, giving me mana and drawing cards. So, yeah,